episode portraying Junior in this year's storyline. What's that feeling like now that the game is out and fans are getting their hands on it?
This is like a dream come true. I've been a gamer since I was a little kid, man. So, you know, going back to when I was young, I used to always create myself, and it never looked like me. You know, I make my attributes. I'm about 6'3", but I would make it.
And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally prepared to go to and with tip-off.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Ivica Zubac. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2 guard. And for Denver, we've got Will Barton, Aaron Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Michael Porter, and it's Murray in at the point guard position. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. And Steve, as we get into the middle of the season, do you feel we have a good idea of who the contenders are at this point?
The major forces, Kevin, you know for sure where they are. There are always some teams you can't tell if they're legit or not just yet.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
Now here's Jackson. Turned in an outstanding game against San Antonio. Kicks it out to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. It's tipped. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Murray against Jackson. Murray right side. Barton passes to Gordon. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Jackson against Murray. Here's Mann. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Ball's knocked loose. Batum passes to Zubac. Murray with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And here's the fast break. Got a hand on it. And again, the Clippers turn it over. Looking for the first basket of the game. Here's Murray against New Orleans, who is really on his game. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Clippers trail by 6. Outside Leonard. And there's the pass to Zubac. Porter with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Gordon's running. That one goes. Count it.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Denver shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Free throw good. Gordon.
And there's no question that Gordon is a talented player, and it's clear he wants to be a star in this league.
Now here's Jackson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Zubac, another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. The Nuggets leading by 9. Gordon, the pass to Millsap. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Jackson, leading the fast break. And Jackson throws it down hard.
You see, that is just rude. Kawhi picks it, triggers the fast break. See ya.
Murray against Jackson. Passes to Gordon. Over Batum. No good that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. JaVale McGee's checked in for Paul Millsap. On the wing, George. Back to Rondo. 1:15 left to play in the first. It's stolen by Green. Fast break, here we go. Campazzo. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
What was beautiful, it was a tremendous game plan coming in. You saw the execution and you saw the results.
Here's Green. Paul George making his last shot. The Nuggets moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Here's Murray. Count that one. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Now, here's Kennard. Tight defense on him. Patterson can't get it to go.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense. He might have gotten over-eager.
Outside Gordon. There's the three. They get it again. Green against Morris. Second chance shot. Gordon kicks to McGee. That's tipped. Rondo with the steal. And so it's the Denver Nuggets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for young players to...
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Green is out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Will Barton, and there's JaVale McGee. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. And the shot goes down. Barton's got his first bucket in this one. Clippers trail by 7. Outside, George. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Porter with the steal. Here's McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
The three from George. Green with the rebound. The Nuggets leading by 9. And it's McGee penetrating. Good on the bucket. McGee's got 4 points this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Kennard against Barton. McGee with the block. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Up again, and Green is right there. Green's got the lead up to 13 now for Denver.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Rondo kicks to George. Dishes to Patterson. Outside, George. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Leonard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s.
Isn't that weird to even think that that's
It
the
is.
case?
I know
But,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Here's Leonard, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Will Barton.
As crafty as he is explosive, Kawhi Leonard gets the defender where he wants him. Gets to the line.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Jackson drives in. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Jackson against Murray. Over Jackson. Right side, Gordon. Wide open look here for Murray. And another miss by Denver.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Man. Here's Leonard, right wing, and stolen by Barton. And here we go, Murray heading to the hoop.
Can't allow Murray to beat you to the rack. He really turns on the Jets in the open floor.
There's 45 seconds left now here in the second. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
It's just one trip down the court, but you have to have short memory in this league or you won't last long.
Pass to Jokic, and it's Clark in the corner. Off target with his 3. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 13. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Man. Back to Zubac. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
He hits both from the stripe.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Campazzo, and the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And so it's the Denver Nuggets holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Denver has no problems getting going. They strung together several impressive trips down. And that.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Without question, Jamal Murray displaying his skills today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. Now Barton. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. It's Porter outside. A shot off that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. They host the 76ers after this game. Tipped away. Jokic with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. The kick out to Barton. Murray right side. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Knocks it loose. Leaps for it.
Yeah, good job. Just staying alert there, snatching up that long rebound.
Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Barton passes to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Shot left block. The putback. Rebound by the Clippers.
They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime.
Jackson misses.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Leonard finds George. Zubats in the post. Barton defending. George with no one around. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got 5 now.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck. In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
The kick out to Barton. And he uses the glass on the layup. Barton's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint. And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Murray outside. There's the pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Lets it go from the wing.
Come on.
Jokic inside. Working on Zubats. Drains it from beyond the arc.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Passes it to Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
Now that's beautiful. Millsap could have forced something there, but instead waits for his open teammate.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Oturu. Pass to Coffee. And Bull pulls it down. Denver leading by 12. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. He feeds it to Bull. Back to Clark. Denver needs to get off his shot. Almost, but it rolls out.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Coffee passes to Kennard. Rondo scanning the floor. McGee with the block. And so it's the Denver Nuggets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field. Mike Malone moments ago with some words for his players.
Let's build on it. Let's build.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Paul Millsap out there with Green. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then there's Gordon. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Murray against Kennard. Outside Millsap. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Fade away, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one and Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
Three young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. And the Nuggets making a change here. McGee's checked in. Outside for Murray. It's stolen. Outside, George lets the three fly. That shot, no good. And it's Denver the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Clippers trail by 10. Morris into the lane. Kennard the pass to Morris. Here's Oturu. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Oturu's got 4 this quarter. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Now here's Murray. Campazzo. Kennard covering. Second shot opportunity. Here's McGee. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, easy call.
And he can't get the first one. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. He hits the second from the line. Been a lot of talk, Greg, about in-season tournaments in the NBA to spur fan interest. The proposal was tabled for a bit. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, cash prizes for the players and coaching staffs. That always seems like a good idea. I just wonder, Kevin, if they're going to do any cash prizes for the broadcasters. Because I think they're on to something. We could get that, but in all seriousness, we see that in soccer, right? And it seems to work well. And I think if it can spur some more interest from fans, then I'd be all for it.
Yeah, the fans love it watching soccer. Jackson passes to Zubac. Over to the wing. Inside. And the dunk by Zubac.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Gordon deciding where to go with it. From downtown, Denver keeping it going. Hold on!
Kevin, you got to buckle up on that one.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Entered on the wing. To the inside. Stolen by McGee. Here's Dozier. Guarded by Jackson. Dozier passes to Millsap. To the paint. To the middle. It's hauled in by Zubac. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter.
Nice feed, Leonard, with good timing, good ball placement.
The Nuggets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And there's the pass to Gordon. And it's off the back rim, no good. Here's Mann, guarded by Porter. Jackson passes to Mann. Zubac with it. Here's Mann. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by McGee. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. It's deflected. Batum with the steal. Here's Mann. No good on the 3. Here's Gordon. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And the athleticism Gordon has poses so many problems for defenders, especially when he's looking to score from there.
And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
From deep, it's off. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. A confident David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Up next, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action. On a moment now to check out some numbers for Paul George.
And their analytics department won't be happy with the dip in his effective field goal percentage this month. He's not taking the smart shots he was earlier in the season. Maybe trying to do a little bit too much.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Richardson is out there with Doncic. Then there's Maxi Kleber. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Porzingis in at the four-man position. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the three spot.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
And George, here we go. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Here's Jackson after Luka Doncic's bucket. George passes to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Doncic against Jackson. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. And at this part of the regular season, that rookie wall, Clark, is a real thing. You know that. Does it hit all rookies or just a couple?
Kevin, I certainly think that's a real thing for...
Oh, my goodness! What a play!
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Here's Doncic, and Doncic throws it down.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Zubac finds Batum. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Doncic against Jackson. Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
Clippers have gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. To the paint. Pass to man. Back to Zubac. Outside for Batum. 5 to shoot. Jackson has the open look. And the 3 off target. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Batum, and the jam by Nicholas Batum.
And Batum throwing it down with ease.
Jackson against Doncic. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's man. Richardson covering. Left side, Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Batum wide open. He fires. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Mavericks trailed by 3. Doncic outside. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Boy, a strong, versatile offensive player. Doncic capable of burning you from anywhere on the floor.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Here's man. He had 10 points in the win against San Antonio.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Back to Richardson. Pass to Kleba. On the wing, Doncic. And he converts the layup. Doncic has got 8 points.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
It's been all about Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how
everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Mavericks.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
They've got Rajon Rondo. Morris is out there with Paul George. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Patterson in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Mavericks making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Thompson with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. Hardaway kicks to Marjanovic. A shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Outside for Redick. Marjanovic down low, covered by Morris.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Morris outside. Kennard, the pass to Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Rondo against Brunson. The pass to Patterson. Shoots over Powell. Patterson can't get it to go. The Mavericks trail it. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you."
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Pass to Morris. Takes the 3. No good. Shot missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Shot from 12. The putback. It's good on the putback. And now it's a 3-point Dallas lead.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Dallas also making some changes. Porzingis, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, but I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
To the inside, here's Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 3rd assist on the night. Rondo kicks to Patterson. Inside, here's Morris. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein comes in for Dwight Powell. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. Here's Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Doncic with the bucket.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Jackson finds Leonard. Cuts it 5 from 18. And that one drops for him. Leonard's got 6.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has grown to be very effective.
Porzingis inside. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that's it for the first half of action. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 10 points, 3 assists. That's all for now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Richardson in at the 2 spot.
Doncic, because he's so skilled and so savvy, he does a nice job forcing the defense into tough spots when they're guarding him.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 3.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Here's Porzingis with the putback. Great positioning on the putback. Cauley Stein's got the lead up to 5 now for Dallas.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Batum attacking, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Doncic. Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And again, the turnover by the Clippers. The story from beyond the arc. Here's who's leading in that category across the NBA. Well, you look at Kennard, one of the best shooters in the NBA, top 5 in the league at this moment.
What a percentage that is for him from three-point range this season. His deep touch is about as good as you're going to see.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dallas. Batum with the steal. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds him. Great feel for the game.
Jackson against Brunson. Pass to Kleber. Feeds to Cauley Stein. Just 5 on the clock. That one a little long. Now here's Kennard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Shoots it up. Leonard, no luck.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Brunson against Jackson. Count it. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Rondo can't get it to go.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out just fine.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Paul George is checked in for Zubac. The Clippers shooting their first foul shot of the night. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
And go figure is right. Just 2 to shoot. They get it back. Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Boy, Powell showing you great aggressiveness that time, fighting hard to come up with that offensive rebound.
Rondo dishes to Patterson. Rondo against Brunson. Outside for Rondo. Back to Patterson. The three. That shot misses.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Shoots from the right block. And it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflection.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. J.J. Redick's checked in for Trey Burke. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Mavericks leading by 5. Doncic feeling it out. 11 feet away. Good. He hits the jump shot. Doncic has got 4 this quarter.
Well, this is who Doncic is. This is what we've seen from him. A scorer who can take over games easily.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Powell with the steal. Pass to Finney-Smith. Looking for Redick. He gets it there. Fires at the elbow. The rebound by Patterson.
Well, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Look, you can score, but we're getting sued.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. They've got Patrick Patterson. Rajon Rondo is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
Boy, you look at Porzingis, this guy is very skilled, and you give him those kind of looks, he'll cash in all day long.
Rondo passes to Leonard. Out to Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Patterson, and the layup's good off the glass.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Doncic outside. Rondo with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Moving it up. And George with the stuff.
Boy, George has major hops. I mean, this guy just gets up big time for these throwdowns.
Rondo against Doncic. Now the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful. They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out-hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Shot from 12, and that one good. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
Taking exactly what the defense gives him, Doncic exploiting whatever he sees out there. Does a nice job seeing the game.
Leonard inside. He dishes it to Morris. Back to Leonard. Launches a 3. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Doncic against Rondo. Doncic kicks to Redick. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Clippers have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the 4th quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the... And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, get into the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Hardaway's checked in for Dallas. Burke comes in for J.J. Redick. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And every single season, Paul George has kicked his game up another level. I think he's a premier two-way forward who gets it done at both ends. He's basically automatic from the line, not the guy you want to send there now.
Richardson against Jackson. Richardson gets a wide open look. It's good from the top of the key. Richardson's got it all tied up now for Dallas.
What a big shot from Richardson there. Fearless.
Jackson against Richardson. Jackson passes to Patterson. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cauley-Stein's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Burke. And the call, the coach's challenge has been issued. A game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
A nice shot by George.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
The shot by George, wide open. Bullseye!
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
And the Mavericks with possession. Here's Doncic. Here's Marjanovic. It's in!
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. He knocks down the clutch free throw. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patterson, and it's Batum in for Marcus Morris. And Dallas with a change here too. Josh Richardson's checked in for Burke. Doncic kicks to Richardson. Passes to Marjanovic. Dallas moving it around. Here's Doncic. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. It's the first. That will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
Leonard on the wing. Beyond the arc. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Clark. And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment. We welcome you to Noche and Beyond here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys. Tonight, and we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for him.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. They've got Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon out there at Bowl. Then it's Michael Porter, and it's Murray in at the 1. And for the Mavericks, we've got Luka Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Richardson in at the shooting guard position. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. Out to Doncic. Shot clock at 5. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. And Murray's got the ball here for the Nuggets. Last time they met was in Denver.
Yeah, they dropped the last game of this match.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Love the floor spacing with this offense because Jokic at the center can move the ball just about anywhere you want. And now he's attacking the paint.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Passes it to Kleber. Doncic against Murray. Marjanovic down low, changes up, and he lays it up and in.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Murray against Doncic. Here's Murray. In the game against New Orleans, very impressive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The towering presence that is bold. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
Doncic outside. Over to the left wing. Back to Porzingis. Shoots the 3. The shot, no good. And it's Denver the other way. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked. But the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building, not in a good mood.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Brunson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. Richardson dishes to Powell. Second chance shot. Tries yet again, and the layup is up and in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Brunson against Murray, and that one good.
Murray starting to feel the J here, sinking these shots time and time again.
Mavericks trail by 4. Richardson outside. Pass to Porzingis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Hardaway finds Powell, and it's sent back by Millsap.
Great block from Millsap, sending that one back.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Burke comes in for Richardson. Martin's checked in for Denver. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Denver leading by 4. And here's Gordon. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Hardaway. Has to call his Stein. Back to Hardaway. It's Powell on the wing. Poked away over Green, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And so the first quarter is in the books. Nuggets lead by 4, and we'll get going after that. We recently checked in with Jamal Murray, who discussed the team's approach to each game.
The mentality of how we play, how we move the ball.
Greg sounds like something a coach would say.
It's probably something his coach has said time and time again, but Murray's really matured into a reliable, sometimes spectacular performer for this team.
We welcome you back to Noche Latino. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, we've got Paul Millsap. He's out there with Gordon. JaVale McGee is out there with Porter. Powell kicks to Redick. Lets it go from 11. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
JJ showing off a little bit of the in-between game. Redick exploiting the gaps in the defense on that possession.
Campazzo runs in covering. Jacks up a 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another, really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
McGee inside. Powell's there. Campazzo runs in covering. The kick out to Porter. Right side Millsap. The shot comes out, and it's Dallas the other way. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That sets off a 5-game tour for them. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Millsap running, and finished off by Porter.
A good decision-making with the ball in his hands for Paul Millsap. That's a terrific feat.
It's Redick on the wing. Shoots from the elbow. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Brunson, no good.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Campazzo, guarded by Powell. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And the Nuggets with some changes. Jokic against Porzingis. Here's Dozier. Here's Jokic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Now 6'10", 250 pounds. That's a big man out there, and he uses his size to draw the contact there. Nice job by Jokic.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now.
And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. The pass to Jokic. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. From the arc. Now here's Marjanovic. Defense right on him. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Murray, good.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, I don't think he even sees a taller defender out there, just a gifted scorer.
Now, Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the...
And so it's Denver with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Well, what can you say about superstar big man Nikola Jokic? Jamal Murray said there's good.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Mavericks trail by 6. They got Maxi Kleber. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Richardson in at the 2. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Passes it to Kleber. And it's blocked by Gordon.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else.
Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Gordon's got the lead up to 8 now for Denver.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game. The Nuggets making a switch here. Porzingis finds Kleber. Porzingis inside. Marjanovic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Jokic.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to Vancouver.
Right? Let's get back in both
Seattle.
those cities.
Exactly. Pass to Dozier. Six to shoot. Outside for Millsap. Denver keeping it going. A new 14-second clock. Mavericks trail by 7. It's Richardson on the wing. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
D's got to pay better attention to Richardson, one of the better shooters on the roster. This time, he gets it done from the mid-range.
Pass to Bull. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Millsap inside. A bit defending. Millsap trying to get open.
Great anticipation there. Porzingis in the right spot and throws that one away. Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Back to Marjanovic. Richardson outside. Here's Doncic. Buries it down low. Now just a 3-point Denver lead.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. The pass to Jokic. Here's Dozier. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Jokic with the bucket.
I swear Jokic is out there playing with the watch on because of the timing aspect of his game.
Outside, Porzingis. Down low. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Big group substitution here for Denver. The Nuggets leading by 5. Murray left side. Here's McGee. Outside for Murray. Again, the miss by Murray.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Hardaway passes to Cauley Stein. Now Brunson. Pass to Finney-Smith. To the paint. Porter with the steal. Here's Gordon. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And it's 6 points for Aaron Gordon.
Now, sometimes there's passes, and then there's precision passes. Murray with one of those there.
There's 48 seconds left in the third. Here's Powell. Nice D from Porter.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Martin is checked in.
I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Porter. Jokic is out there with Green. And there's Gordon. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. Here's Hardaway. Outside for Redick. Fires the three. Brunson, good. Brunson's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the man.
Well, this is when you start to talk about Redick not just always looking for offense, clearly looking for teammates there.
Murray surveying the D. Pass to Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists tonight.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis to the right side. The shot by Kleba, wide open. No good from outside. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Porzingis passes to Brunson. Kleber with it. Back to Brunson. Dallas moving it around. Here's Porzingis. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
That's some great awareness. The clock's running down. Porzingis with the presence of mind to know just how much time was left and beats the shot clock.
Murray with it. Pass to Jokic. Basket counts. Jokic has got 4 points this quarter.
Jokic and body control. Hey, years ago we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
And the pass to Hardaway. And here's Porzingis. Jokic defending. And now here comes Gordon leading the break.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Passes it to Hardaway. Here's Porzingis. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, Porzingis, the things we talk about is assertiveness, but that also comes with great stamina. Right now, he's determined.
To the left side wing. Murray finds Gordon. Back to Murray. Lob pass to Gordon.
And when Gordon is hot, boy, he is fun to watch. And you can tell he's having fun as well.
It's Redick on the wing. 1:36 left in the game. Brunson the pass to Porzingis. To the inside. And here's Brunson. Right block shot. Redick for 3. Nice D from Porter. Denver leading by 10. Outside Gordon. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Jokic. This one for 3. And again, Denver no good. And it's the Mavericks on the break. 13 feet away. Keeps it alive.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Murray. Now, here's Jokic. At the top of the key, Gordon. 5 on the clock. Pass to Jokic over Richardson. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Gordon. And the Nuggets lead by 10. And here is Doncic. 23 seconds left in the fourth. To the middle. Here's Marjanovic. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Get Gordon.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. Inside, Green. Outside, Millsap. From deep three-point range, count it.
Finishing strong. This is how you want.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K. All right, a chance to check out stats for Paul George.
His effective field goal percentage, a favorite stat of the analytics crowd, has been on the way down over his past 10 games. His game isn't as well-rounded as it needs to be.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Porter is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Murray. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Barton in at the shooting guard. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Mann in at the 2 guard. Offensive rebound. Gordon, the pass to Jokic. It's Porter, it's out the key. 5 to shoot. Here's Murray. It's deflected.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
And Batum kicks to Zubac. Batum against Gordon, and stolen by Gordon. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Gordon's running. Pass to Murray. There's the pass to Gordon. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And of the early surprise teams, Doris, some have fallen by the wayside, but some may be for real.
And isn't that one of the most exciting aspects of any season, Kevin? You watch a team perhaps outperform expectations. We see a good team take that next step and become a real threat for a title. Like, there's so many storylines that develop over the course of a long season. I can't wait.
Jackson passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Puts it up from 12. Murray, no good.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Zubac, the pass to Leonard. Zubac kicks to Leonard. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
Now, here's Porter. He's coming off a 25-point game against New Orleans.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Jackson against Murray. Jackson passes to Zubac. Outside Jackson. Back to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid-30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with a hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
Here's Leonard, following the score by Jamal Murray. Leonard inside. Here's Zubac. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
The free throw drops for Zubac. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Campazzo, Kennard covering. Gordon trying to break loose. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Morris kicks to Patterson. Passes to Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. Patterson finds Kennard. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Paul George, he's checked in for Zubac. Here's Murray against New Orleans, who is really on his game. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. He gets it in there. Murray's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low.
Now here's George. His last outing, he had 24 points. Back to Morris, outside for Rondo. Morris dishes to Patterson. Just 4 to shoot. Back to George. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They lead by 4. Murray, the pass to Jokic. From 15 feet away. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
Boy, how about the hustle from Marcus Morris getting into the space of the shooter? That's nice.
And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few thoughts.
Selfless. I mean, you need to took your pride, you took your ego out.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
So on the floor for Denver, Cole is out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's Jamal Murray. Millsap passes to McGee, and stolen by Patterson. Morris into the lane. Such a wide open look. Morris has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Clippers. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Millsap's against George. Morris trying to free himself up, and with that, the Denver lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Paul George. The Nuggets shooting 43% for the game. Murray against Kennard. McGee tips it back in. McGee's got his first points of the game.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Knocked away and stolen by Murray. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. Banked in off the glass. And now a 6-point Nugget lead.
And Millsap is a team player, someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open team.
George dishes to Patterson. Outside for George. And a miss there on the triple. Last outing for Denver, they won that game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Here's Morris, following the score by Jamal Murray. Rondo passes to Patterson. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Nuggets leading by 8. Millsap finds McGee. Over Rondo. The putback. Outside for Millsap. Murray against George. Just 5 on the clock. Murray the pass to McGee. And here's Millsap from the arc. Denver the rebound. Down low. Poked loose. Stolen by George. Kennard on the wing. Rondo dishes to Patterson. And here's Morris for 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Morris has got 5. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
On the wing, Morris. Kennard for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. McGee's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
And love seeing Murray take it strong to the rack. A phenomenal finisher inside.
Clippers trail by 7. Outside, George. Millsap with the steal. And now Millsap pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
We've gotten used to Millsap's elite level defending, and there it was on display again. The steal leading to the fast break. Whether he's in the passing lanes or on the ball, he is a problem for the opposing offense.
A 3 from Morris. It's good from long range. He's got 8. The tray. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. The hit of the folks. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period for the Nuggets. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks. Goodbye.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Without question, Jamal Murray displaying his skills today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
They've got Jackson. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's man in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Barton. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Clippers trail by 4. Right side, Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Over to the left wing. Jackson kicks to Batum. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to man. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound by the Nuggets.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And so here are the Clippers. The Nuggets getting the bucket. It's Jackson with the drive. Zubac. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Zubac has got 9.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Now here's Barton. And there's the pass to Jokic. To the inside. And the basket by Gordon.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jackson looking around. Outside Leonard. Back to Jackson. To the paint. Here's Zubac. Good defense by Jokic.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Shot from 12. And the shot is long.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Porter with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. A finish. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And not easy defending Jokic. His height puts the defense in a tight spot, and they just slipped up there.
Murray's checked in for the Nuggets. And Jokic drops them both. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Now here's Zubac.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Clippers have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the Nuggets with some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Jokic. Bol comes in for Aaron Gordon. And Paul Millsap is subbed in for Porter. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And he comes up with the deuce. Murray's got the lead up to 10 now for Denver.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Shoots over McGee. And here is Morris. High post, Zubac. And here's Leonard from 3. Shot clock at 2. From deep. Rondo's shot is off.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Millsap up top. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And they're on the break. And that one's good. Barton.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Rondo passes to Zubac, and Leonard has it in the corner. Over Millsap. Los Angeles with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. What a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. Back right after this. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Denver leading by 12. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Bol. He's out there with Paul Millsap. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint. For 3, Millsap. It's rebounded by Leonard.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Rebound by the Nuggets. McGee's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And Bol wide open. He shoots. Off target with the open look. The Clippers shooting 43% from the field. And stolen by Bol. Passes it to Dozier. Campazzo sinks the triple. And the Nuggets lead by 15.
And at 7-2, Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
Patterson bounce pass. Jackson down low. Clock at 6. Pass to Morris. To the middle. Stolen by McGee. Now, here's Bull. Patterson defending. And it's Bull that time on the assist by McGee.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Jackson kicks to Morris. There's the three. Doesn't go for him. And the Nuggets going the other way.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Down low. Here's McGee. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Rondo passes to Jackson. Back to Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Millsap against Leonard. On the wing, Morris. Pass to Rondo. Shot to stop the run. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Nuggets leading by 19. Now Bull lets it go from deep. Millsap passes to McGee. Here's Dozier. Campazzo. Unable to get that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Jackson gets the bucket.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Bull with it. He's against Morris. Bull, that's good. Bull's got 4 points in the quarter.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
The pass to McGee. Campazzo. Off target from three-point range. Clippers trail by 19.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Nuggets.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for JaVale McGee.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Murray surveying the D. From outside the arc, Oturu with the rebound. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
To the paint. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Passes it to Oturu. Here's Coffey. The three-pointer off the mark.
And such a sharp shooter from outside the arc. Porter just superb at knowing when to fire from deep.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris.
And for me, I really just tried to learn and to listen, just trying to soak up as much as possible.
A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight in Dallas, Texas. Hello and thanks for joining us. La NBA. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And what a motor. Porzingis is an all-star talent who is also willing to do the dirty work.
Outside Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Man's checked in. The drive by Doncic. And the rejection by Zubac. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Mann. He had 10 points in the win against the Spurs in San Antonio.
He was really aggressive on the glass, too. He really racked up on the boards out there.
Now, here's Zubac. And a missed layup.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Here's Richardson. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Against physical defense, Richardson using his length and athleticism to counter.
To the wing right side. Clippers moving the ball around. Batum finds Jackson out to the right wing. On the wing, Batum. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammate. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Leonard. It's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with a win.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Brunson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. And it's in there.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Kennard, the pass to Patterson. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. Leonard kicks to Patterson. Out to the right wing. Pass to Kennard. Here's the three. Another shot out to Morris. Passes to Leonard. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Drills the three-pointer.
A knockdown shooter with excellent range. Kennard gives your offense the floor spacing it needs.
Shoots from 12. Here's Brunson. Porzingis trying to get free. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Pass to Kennard from past the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, what we saw in that game and what you see around the league is a questionable dependency on the triple.
You know, if you're cold from range, there are other ways to score. You can post up, dribble drive, get out in transition.
The pass to Kennard. Now Patterson. On the wing, Morris. On the wing, Morris. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
One of the more instinctive passers over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
In the corner, Marjanovic with it. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Mavericks shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game. The first free throw is good. Billy Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Jalen Brunson. And the Clippers making a change here as well. George is checked in. The open shot by Kennard. No good on that one. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
They recover it. The shot by Powell, no good. Redick against Rondo. The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And Morris drops them both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Doncic with it. With 1 on the clock. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that concludes a back and forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 1. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
So for the Clippers right now, Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's George in at the 3. Now in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Well,
wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. I'm going to agree with you.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Feeds it to Powell. A beautiful reverse layup.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
George looking around. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. On the wing, Batum. Back to George. 5 on the clock.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Count that bucket. Richardson's got his second basket of the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside, George. On the wing, Jackson. George passes to Mann. Zubats with it. Cauley Stein defending. Back to Zubats. Outside, George. No good with the triple. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Finney-Smith, and that one is hammered home.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now, here's George. His last outing, he had 24 points. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Leonard's checked in. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. Hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Luka Doncic. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
They were able to convert a lot of those offensive rebounds. That's the key, generating points off those extra
And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Back to Jackson. Outside Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Porzingis kicks to Kleber. And it's off from three-point range. The Clippers in the lead. Jackson passes to Mann. On the wing, Batum. To the inside. On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Mann. And here's Leonard. Richardson covering. Leonard against Richardson. Outside for Jackson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Mavericks. Right side Hardaway. Passes it to Redick. For the three. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. Morris passes to Leonard. Morris outside. Now here's Leonard. Guarded by Hardaway. 3 on the clock. Here's Morris. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Redick. Hardaway with a wide open look. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Clippers on top, leading by just 1. And join us right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They ended the period holding on to. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
I have to credit them for their patience offensively. They understood the matchup, and they took the necessary time to exploit it.
Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Richardson gets a wide open look. Tips it up. Porzingis on the foul. Porzingis has got 8 points.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Zubac the pass to George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Inside, Zubac kicks to George. For 3, gets the 3-pointer to fall. He has 7.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Pass to Finney-Smith. The shot by Kleber, wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
A different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis, and Dwight Powell subbed in for Maxi Kleber. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Outside Jackson. The pass to Leonard. Over Cauley-Stein. And it's Leonard missing. Mavericks trail by 4. Pass to Powell. Lays it up off the glass. Powell's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Pass to Batum. Powell with the steal. Here's Doncic. And it's all evened up. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well, but so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Redick comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And the dunk by Powell.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And here's Morris for 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. And the shot is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Kennard. Kicks it to Morris. In the corner, George with it. And it's Rondo in the corner. Now the pass to George. 6 on the shot clock. The feed to Patterson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Patterson welcomes contact inside. He's looking to get to the line down there.
It's his first trip to the line. And Patterson drops them both. 1:31 left in the 3rd quarter. Brunson scanning the floor. It's Redick on the wing. Back to Brunson. Outside, Redick takes the 3. Offensive rebound. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Cauley-Stein.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Morris passes to George. Back to Morris. 5 to shoot. And stolen by Reddick. Here's the break. Here's Hardaway. And he gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 1. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
Rondo passes to Patterson. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Brunson against Rondo. Reddick is in the corner. Now Brunson. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
That's Reddick shooting in a nutshell. A quick trigger release once he gets his hands on the ball.
Back to Rondo. Shoots over Brunson, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Mavericks lead by 2. And we'll get going after this from the American.
Hey, it's all about physical.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. So for the Clippers right now, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Jackson in at the 2 guard. Richardson outside. Shot clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And it's good, 2 points. Porzingis has got the lead up to 4 now for Dallas.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Patterson against Porzingis. Outside Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. He kicks to Morris. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Patterson against Porzingis. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Kleba finds Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
Pass to Rondo. Doncic with the steal. And here's Richardson. Passes it to Kleba. Tipped away. Stolen by Jackson. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And the dunk by Jackson.
Jackson, great anticipation on the steal, then quickly gets them out in transition.
Dallas calls timeout. And with the 4th quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. George is checked in for Rajon Rondo. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go, guys.
All right, David, thanks.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Doesn't go that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. They host the 76ers after this game. Jackson kicks to Patterson. Back to Jackson, and stolen by Redick. Marjanovic finds Porzingis. Doncic, no good.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And the Clippers call time here. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
some changes here for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein comes in for Porzingis. And it's Maxi Kleber in for Hardaway. And then for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Batum in for Marcus Morris. So he gets them both. Here's Jackson. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Doncic against Jackson. Now, here's Doncic. Not a lot of room. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Outside, George. Here's Zubac. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket.
And the D getting outwork there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Dallas calls timeout. They trail by 2. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Now, here's George. And another shot. And Batum kicks to Jackson. Clippers moving the ball around. Leonard attacking. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Mavericks shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. And the wide open shot from Redick. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. He hits the first one, and that gives them the lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Fantastic job stepping up and knocking those two down. That's got to be a huge confidence builder.
Here's George. 56 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
On the Mavericks with some changes. Zinkis, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Richardson in for J.J. Redick. 4 on the shot clock. And stolen by Richardson. Pass to Kleber. On the wing, Doncic. Porzingis inside. Defended by George. And it's sent back by George. Leonard attacking. It falls!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by 1. There's 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
These are the plays that people remember. I can't wait to see what he has devised.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Here's George. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. From deep, George. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.
inspired our generation. You know, I think we're a league that is now made up of people that are able to be themselves, not settling for the way things have always been. I think that this generation has taken that baton from Lisa, and not just in the sense of playing basketball in between the lines. I'm talking like out in the community. I'm talking being mothers, business women, leaders. Lisa and that generation opened up so many doors for us to even be able to use our voice.
The Nuggets are not holding anything back in the wardrobe department as they made their entrance tonight, hoping to make an impression on their home floor. Nestled them up and nothing.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for Denver, Aaron Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Porter. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Murray in at the point guard. Now here's Gordon. It's Jokic top of the key. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Always good to see the young fella Porter Jr. outwork the opposition on the glass that time.
Doncic looking it over. Passes it to Porzingis. You know how this goes, Clark. Some guys check the standings every morning. Others won't look at it at all. They'll try to avoid it. What was your approach?
Well, you know, we were struggling as a team during my time in the NBA with the Pacers, so I wasn't doing too much standing watching. But for those guys that are thinking about it, it varies. Individuals look at it differently. I would be a guy who wouldn't want to see it all the time. That's like getting on the scale every day. That wouldn't serve me too well.
Murray finds Gordon. Jokic high post. Top of the key. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
The pass to Finney Smith. To the paint. Barton against Porzingis. It's good.
Well, you can't allow Porzingis to get this positioning, guys. I mean, he's too big and skilled, and he showed it there.
Murray against Doncic. Murray kicks to Gordon. Now here's Porter. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. And that one is good.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
Richardson outside. Pass to Finney Smith. Nice D from Porter.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
He kicks it to Barton. Outside Gordon. The dish to Porter. Lob pass to Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Nobody does it better than Gordon on the alley-oop. Boom!
Doncic outside. Pass to Finney Smith. Lets the 3 fly. They grab their own miss. That was a strong dunk.
How about Porzingis with the fancy throwdown? Love seeing the big fella finish with that kind of power.
Doncic against Murray. And yes, it's good.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Over to the wing. We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter of the game. Porzingis finds Richardson. Shoots over Barton. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. We're out halfway through the season and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. You look at the Nuggets. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build on the wins as the season goes on. And checking out Dallas, a couple spots below.
You know, right now, Dallas, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
Mavericks trail by 4. Outside, Porzingis. Porter pulls it in. Here's Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And Gordon is a guy who is going to take advantage of these drives to the basket. Just feast on them. He's got a killer mindset.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Porzingis against Jokic. Porzingis inside. Takes it off the glass. Porzingis has got 6.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside Gordon. Murray for 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Richardson left side. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on that one. And so a good time to go to the replay. And
that concludes the first quarter of play. Denver on top. They lead by 4. And we'll be back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Nuggets, we've got Paul Millsap. Green is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Murray. And here's Brunson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. To the inside, Powell. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Yeah, Powell showing you right there that he can play through contact. Very physical and good concentration, too, to get that up and down.
Murray surveying the D. And it's Murray with the jam.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Brunson finds Hardaway. Wants to get it to Powell, and does. Outside, Redick. Over Murray. That one a little long. The Nuggets leading by 6. The offensive rebound. Right side, Hardaway. Here's Cauley Stein. Greg is a young player. One of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who've ever played the game.
Dozier passes to Millsap. It's rebounded by Dallas. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
Green dishes to Clark. Back to Green. There's the feed to Clark. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Hardaway. Mavericks trail by 4. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Saturday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And guys, one thing about road trips like this one, they'll be seeing this as a chance for the team to come together. It might be a bit of a silver lining for a trip that doesn't always provide a lot of success.
It's good on the putback.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
1:51 left in the second quarter. Passes to Dozier. Hardaway against Clark. Shoots a three. And another miss by Denver. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. It's certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. Number 5, the Nuggets.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. Here's Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
No answer for Murray from the defense so far. Absolutely ferocious at taking it inside. Well, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
And they double up Doncic. Down low. Dallas again turning it over. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half. Murray against Doncic. Murray, the pass to Jokic. And the layup falls. And now it's an 8-point Nugget lead.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
17 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Doncic. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shot clock at 5. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Murray with the defensive effort. And so that's the end of the first half. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And that's...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Without question, Jamal Murray displaying his skills today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Kicks it to Millsap. Floats it up for Jokic. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it.
Well, how about Porzingis showing you some nice quickness and activity, determined to get after the steal.
The Nuggets leading by 6. Now Murray. Here's Gordon with the tip. And Murray with the second chance points. Murray's got 8.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. Millsap kicks to Gordon. It's Barton on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Barton. Gordon's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nuggets. Doncic with it. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Outside, Porzingis. Kleber against Gordon. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Denver leading by 8. Murray outside. Back to Gordon. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Richardson right side. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Sweet move. Here's Doncic. That one good for 2. Doncic has got his second bucket of the night.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Here's Jokic. And another miss by Denver.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. To the middle. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Gordon. The kick out to Barton. And there's the pass to Jokic. Off target from outside. Mavericks trail by 6.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Porzingis, and stolen by Murray. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Denver with a platoon. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
And defensively, you've got to recognize that threat and make the correction.
Campazzo. Vert grabs the miss. Here's Cauley Stein, and the last-second attempt does not go in for him. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nuggets ahead, up. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Michael Porter. JaVale McGee is out there with Green. Then there's Jamal Murray. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. Here's Murray. That one goes in.
Jamal Murray is what we call a professional scorer, a hired gun. This guy can torch you because of that shot.
Porter against Brunson. Dishes it to Cauley Stein. Back to Brunson. Pass to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. The Nuggets leading by 6. Here's Murray, and it goes down 2 points.
Murray locked in on the task at hand, not allowing the defense to bother his shot at all.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Cauley Stein finds Redick. Dallas moving it around. From downtown, it's not going to go for him. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Jokic against Cauley Stein. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Pass to Jokic. The kick out to Porter. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Redick with the bucket.
And this is the tempo you love to watch. I mean, get out fast before the defense can get set.
Yeah, it's really paying off here. Fast break points accounting for their last 8.
Murray against Redick. 2 points. That one goes.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from J.J. Redick.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Redick against Murray. Shot, high post. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Fast break, Dallas. Redick with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Out to Hardaway. Back to Powell. He feeds it to Redick. Jokic with the steal. In the corner, Murray with it. Passes it to McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
There's a minute 47 left in the game. Now here's Brunson. Powell kicks to Brunson. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The shot by Powell, no good. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
And Cauley Stein over to help. McGee finds Millsap. From outside, off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The pass to Porter. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And now a 10-point Denver lead.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Nuggets.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And they're going to bring this season series to an end with a very nice victory here today. These teams spent a lot of time on the floor together this year.
A total of 4 games to be exact. They'll each wind up taking 2 of them.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jamal Murray.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up. Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Doncic. Count it. Good.
Nice work there from Doncic. Saw an opportunity to cash in and didn't let it go awry.
Barton surveying the floor. Here's Bull, and the dunk by Bull.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
You know, flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage.